Hey guys, just doing a little backpacking trip on the Black Creek Trail. This is the first like real trail that I've been out on since I started getting back into backpacking. I did like Longleaf Trail, several sections of it, but it's not really it's all paved. It's not really a trail. This is the Black Creek Trail. This is the see a little white white marker there. That's the first marker there, and the little sign for the Black Creek Trail. Uh, so apparently it goes like 40 miles or something down to. This is basically Brooklyn, and it goes down to Wiggins or so or something like that. I don't know the names of things. We're having a good time. I actually got everything on the bike and everything. I had it all strapped down. It's unstrapped, but basically that's the position that it was in whenever I had everything set up. So it was comfy. I had a seat back and everything. I'm gonna have to do this more. This is working out fantastic. But sun's about going down, so I'm hoping I can get about an hour of hiking in, and maybe get camp set up in the twilight. So before dark. So. Anyway, I just wanted to show you right quick. As soon as I got off the bike, I was like, "Oh, cool, whatever." And then I saw this. I don't know. Can you? Do you see the spider? Oh, yeah, 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 yeah. That big old guy. He's like right by the trailhead. I'm like, oh, that is nasty. But I gotta pee. Let me go over here. And I nearly walked into another one, like literally the same one, like just as big. So we have to do some. We have to keep my eyes open. So anyway, I'm having a good time, guys. I'll stitch together several of these videos, and we'll make one big long video. But anyway, I'll catch you guys later. Stop recording. Stop. My button doesn't work. Hey, sorry about the grainy footage. I just it's about let me see here. 5 minutes until sunset. I was trying to get camp and everything, so it's just pretty low light. Only got about 1 mile in or so. Not going to. It's been great. I haven't really had any troubles as far as the hiking goes. The the spiders. Oh yeah, little dozens clearing the trail as I go, one right after another. It's a nest. It's a nest back here. And they're all huge. They got huge webs, and yeah. But I'm having a blast. Like I said, it wasn't really too challenging because I only went like an hour, like a mile in or so, uh, and I had to start soon as about an hour before dusk. I try to start looking for. At least that's the plan. Is try to start looking for a shelter or whatever, and there is basically the rules of the trail say you're supposed to be like 150 feet off of it. There is no way you're going to set up like way off in the middle of that. I mean, it'd take you 2 hours to find a spot to. So I got this little spot right off the. That's what the trail looks like. It looks like it hasn't been in use all that much. You can see the blazes there. There's some places where it's very overgrown, but this is my tent for the night. It's a Gatewood Cape. Actually, it's my rain gear and my tent. Saving weight. But this is my first time actually using. I set it up at the house. It's my first time actually using it, like in the trail or whatever. And I got the little bug net that goes in there and the ground cloth. That's the white ground cloth and everything. This is a fancy tent, but it weighs like 12 pounds or something, 12 ounces or something. It's a pound. I think like everything, the bug net and everything, it's like a pound and a half or something. It's ridiculous. And it's your rain gear too, so it saves weight there. So it's it'll go over your pack. I'll do a video on that alone, but I'm geeking out over it. If you can't tell, I'm excited to use it. I got to get the rest of my sleep set up and everything. So we'll check in probably in the morning, and I'll see you guys then. Hey guys. So just laying out for some sleep and everything, and a little bit of a stuffy nose, and I was like, well, I'll just take some Benadryl and it'll knock me right out, and if there's any allergies or whatever, help clear that up too. And so I'm like digging around my medical kit for like 5 minutes. I'm like, I know I got it in here somewhere. And I've got the red light on in my little there we go. I got the red light on because, you know, I don't have the big light on or nothing. Oh, go away. But so digging around, and I can't find anything. And there it is right there. You guys notice the problem? And I couldn't read the red text with the red light. So I was like, I know it's in around here somewhere. I feel like such an idiot. Well, it's the only one. It's just the, I mean, it's pink because that's what the pill's usually pink, but like the ibuprofen and the Tylenol, they're like black text words. You can read it just fine, but this, I couldn't read it. All right. Anyway, I thought that was, well, that's funny. I'll see you guys in the morning. Hey, good morning. Benadryl did the trick. Just getting back in. It's what time is it? Sorry, 6:15. So it's coming up, and just a pot of coffee, and I just got these little keto coffee packets. We'll see if they're any good. I just got them in. I haven't tried them even at home, so it's like I got a bowl going right now, so we'll have some coffee, and probably see you guys after I get packed up or on the trail or something. So just kind of wanted to get a better shot of the camp as it's set up. We got a pack out front, and the water and clothes hanging out to air out, and it's really comfy. Everything seems to be going pretty well. Yeah. These little bastards. There's a bajillion of them. Oh no, he sees me. Oh no, he's gonna get me. Little bastards. They're everywhere. There's a little bitty one. And the big one up here. Jeez Louise. It's like every 25, 50 feet. This one's got some dinner, apparently. Well, I mean, if you like spiders, have I got the trail for you. Alright, so as I'm battling the hordes of spiders back, I had a thought. How is it that one of the most, I don't know, beloved children's stories is Charlotte's Web? It's got a spider as like one of the main characters of it, you know? And not only that, I think it's a good spider. It's been a long time, guys. I don't even remember the story. I just remember there was a pig and it was on a farm or something or other, and I don't know, it does something special. It had to do with it. There was a spider, and that's where the Charlotte's Web thing come from. I don't remember what was going on with that, but I don't remember what was. I don't remember the story of Charlotte's Web. I remember that there was a spider in it, and the spider was a good guy. And that's, you know, usually anytime there's a spider involved in anything in TV or movies or books, it's associated with evil, right? So I'm trying to think if there's anything else that there are other stories with like good spiders in it. And nothing's immediately coming to mind. And as I'm being distracted making this video, I nearly walked into another one. Sorry, I'm multitasking here, so it's not the best video making, but all right. The, not a shower thought, the trail thought. Why is Charlotte's Web the only good guy spider that you know of? It's a pretty sight. Walking along the trail, and there's this ledge out here. What is this? Can't even see the trail. But yeah, be good. This would be fun to canoe, I think. So apparently, this is supposed to be a river crossing, but I think the trail got kind of washed out and a little bit deeper along this section here. So I have to find another way across. I'm thinking maybe double back over there and get across that sandbar. And get to the middle one, and then maybe the next one, and then over there, and then I think the trail continues on that way. But I think we might be able to get across here. But yeah, they say it's an easy hike, but I think it's maybe a little bit more challenging than that. Anyway, see you guys in a bit. Yeah, I think this would have been a great place to camp out. I got this sandbar here. A little rumbling from the creek. I think we're going to try to get across right there. I'm not sure though. I think it's too deep. We'll find out. Yeah, we made it out alive, or at least. Let's see if I come up right up to the hip pocket or whatever. I don't know if you can see that, but yeah, just about to touch my pack, so we're good. Water felt fantastic. I am sorely tempted just to camp here for the day and go swimming, but we'll carry on. Okay, so just sitting down for a break, and so the water crossing, the creek crossing, apparently I can't read a map. It's crossing a different creek. So the map's kind of, either I'm just losing my mind or the map's messing with me. So, and you know, the map messing with me is not out of the realm of possibility. This app is terrible that I'm using, but I'm using All Trails, I don't know. I just don't understand what's going on with it. Anyway, I'm just sitting here taking a break, and I'm over here watching. There's like some grass over here. I would show you on video, but I'm not getting up, so it's you wouldn't be able to see it from here. But there's just like one of those huge ass spiders just like crawling through the grass. I'm like, oh my god, they have just taken over the world out here. I'm like, there are so many. It's insane, really. Anyway, I'm just taking a 20-minute, getting some electrolytes and some fat back in my body, and then we'll get back on the trail. I'll catch up with you guys in a bit. I ain't seen one of these, I don't know, since I was a kid. And I don't know what they are. Some kind of pine or fern or something. It's the second one I've seen while I've been on the trail, and like I said, I ain't seen one in years. Anybody know what that is? Looks like I get to put the rain gear to the test. You see, it's a fat cover too, so this was the tent, guys. But it says we got 90% chance of rain. I hear the thunder. It said 90% in like 3 minutes, so hopefully we're prepared. We're gonna find out. See you guys later. Hey, kind of settling in for the afternoon. We did pretty close to 5 miles with me back and forth going the wrong way, but I stopped by a water source that was near my I wanted it to be about 5 miles, and we stopped close to 5 miles by a water source, and just pulling some water for let's see, beef stew. I don't know if you can see that. I can't see the screen. Anyway, it's pretty, if you've never seen this before, you just boil it and, oh, I need my koozie. There we go. Can't see nothing. I've got a bigger pot coming, but let's just add water to these, and you see in there. Yeah, it's pretty simple. You just add water and wait. Yeah, I've got actually boil up another. I got a bigger pot. This is just my coffee cup. My pot. My pot isn't coming. I didn't realize. I brought like a bunch of beef jerky, so that was like my main food. But I realized I had like one Mountain House meal left, so I'm gonna eat that. And but normally I would eat the beef jerky because it's a lot more energy dense. It doesn't weigh for as many calories as a carrot. It's very efficient, poundage wise. So anyway, yeah, it rained, and we got the hoo-ha set up, and so yeah, just hunkering down. I'll stay here for the night, and then we'll head back in the morning, probably about 6 or 7 miles, I think, back home. So it shouldn't be too bad. I can only go so far because I gotta go back to the same place I go in. So there's no loop, so you just have to go in and then back out, unless I want to get picked up and ferried back to my motorcycle. But anyway, we're babbling. Unless something comes up, I'll see you guys tomorrow. Little dragonflies. They're like blue and green, but like silvery. Real pretty. The sun came out. We could try up the Cape and get it ready to hopefully pack up tomorrow morning. And drying out my clothes for tomorrow, and yeah, just camp, nice and cozy. You see in there? I think we got a look in here last time. We got the little stuffed sack. There's my clothes, and use it as a second pillow, and then there's the real pillow. Well, and then you can see back in there, I got a little inflatable mat. Actually, that thing right there is an air pump. It inflates it, and also since I got it hanging up there because it's also a light, so that's my night. And as you can see, everything, you can get everything in here. It's got the little vestibule and everything. Keep the rain off your gear. I am loving this thing, guys. This is great. And it's not very expensive either. Anyway, this is I'll probably do a video on this specifically, but this is called the Six Moon Designs Gatewood Cape. I don't know the stats, but I think it's cape itself is less than a pound, and then the inner part is less than a pound. And you buy them separately, the bug net. If you just get the cape by itself, or the bug net by itself. So, and you could do you could stand the bug net up by itself too, in a very similar manner with the trekking pole in there. There's just that one pole, and the holding everything up, and 6 stakes. It's a little tricky to pitch. Still I don't think I've gotten it quite right, but it's good enough. Good enough to keep dry at least. But yeah, loving it so far. I'll get you guys a minute. She's mad at me. I destroyed her nest. I think these are she's. Isn't that how it works with spiders? So the big ones are the she's and the males are tiny. Because I've seen probably 100 on this trail, and usually there'll be just one big one and then several little small ones. I think those are her what do you call a male concubine? It's her male consort. But she usually, and sometimes she'll have like 2 or 3. I don't know, do spiders eat there after mating? I don't know. But yeah, there'll usually be one hanging out. I probably killed hers when I killed her net. When I destroyed her net. But the trekking poles, you see that? Can you see the yellow filament? The web there? I think it's just spider web stuff and just pollen on it. And my trekking poles were just covered with it. Finally, I got tired of swinging the big old huge trekking pole to clear them out, and I just got a little stick, and so I could use both trekking holes and hold the stick at the same time to keep the spider webs off my face, and whenever I saw one of these, I can swipe it down. I'm getting pretty good at it. Want to by now. I literally probably done 100 by now. It's ridiculous how many of these spiders, and it's all right along the path where you're going. Oh man. So yeah. Alrighty. I'll start rambling. Okay. Just one last update, I guess, for before sunset. Just still chilling out here at camp. We had thunderstorms and lightning all and rain all afternoon long, so it'll be calmed down now. For a while there, it was acting like the weather report was saying it was going to last all night, and I was like, it was doing weird stuff as I was checking it. 1 minute it would be, oh, it's going to end in an hour. Oh no, it's going to last all night. Oh, it's going to be terrible. He couldn't make up its mind, but I don't hear the thunder anymore. No more lightning and no more rain. But we're just having a cup of coffee and getting ready to I don't know, probably watch some more of the Orville. I watched the episode of Orville last night. It's one of my favorite shows right now. I'm not completely caught up with the latest season, but watched the episode last night. It was good. Probably watch another one. And yeah, but I'll probably see you guys in the morning. Alrighty, got camp picked up and we're all packed up and ready to go. Fixing to head out. I might be a little short on videos because my power bank finally hit 0 last night. I watched 2 episodes of Over the Orville, but anyway, hope we see you guys at the end of the trail. Quickie. I talked about the spider stick, but there it is. I just hold it off of my my tent pole as I'm walking down. It just swipes down and clears the. I'm a pretty smart guy. I got it all figured out. All right, see you guys in a minute. Hey, just taking a quick break here. Yeah, making good time back. There was like 3 road crossings, and I've already went through all 3 of them. So we're on the last section. Next up should be the section by the river where I tried to ford the river. Well, I did, and then had to double back twice. So a little bit of Oregon Trail. Anyway, I have sad news. The hero of this story, my Spider Destroyer 3000, is finally bit the dust, and so we got another one, bigger, new and improved, the 4000. So, yeah, we'll be getting on the road again about another 5 minutes. But hey, you got to make your own fun, guys. Anyway, I'll see you down the trail. Well, we're back to the river before. There's like power lines or something that comes through here. Might make a decent camp spot, but this whole area is just there's trees falling down and everything. It's a mess down through this section. Looks like the trail's been rerouted several times. It's a little bit difficult through this section, but yeah, you got to keep an eye on the GPS if you haven't been through here before. But yeah, you can see it floods pretty regularly through here. Like you see all the trees that are down and stuff. The trail goes on through that way. See the white marker. But getting to that section that goes over that hill over there on the other side, you kind of lose the trail for a little while. It's a little, and there's a creek coming up that the bridge is washed out. At least I think there was a bridge there. I think I saw some concrete or something a little bit, but it's completely gone. And I got my feet wet trying to get across it last time, but I just want to show you an update on the fly swatter. I mean the spider swatter 3000, 4000 or dual wielding spider swatters. It's working great, actually. That's the thing that was slowing me down yesterday. Is like every 50 feet, I had to stop, and I was tired from swatting because I was just using the trekking poles at the time. Well, finally, I wisened up yesterday and got a stick to do it, which wasn't as heavy, but it still slows you down because you got to swipe it and everything. Now I'm just trudging through. I've only had like since I did this, I've only had like actually there's a spider on it right now. There's only had like one spider nest to the face, and we've been through a bunch. So forget. But there are far less spiders coming back through because apparently, you know, I cleared them all out. Probably killed half of them. I don't know. Anyway, we'll get back on the road. Little creek. Can you see that down there? A little creek down there, and yes, that is as steep as it looks. This is where I got my feet wet. I was trying to get across it, so it's very overgrown around here, so it's hard to reroute. But let's try this again. My feet are already wet, so it's not actually a big deal. But I can see if I can get around it without having to wade through the water. Yeah, there's supposed to be a bridge here somewhere. Alright, get you in a minute. Well, we made it back. By we, I mean me. We got to tie everything down on a motorcycle. Motorcycle didn't get stolen, thank God. Like some people out here canoeing. I heard them on the way back. But we passed back by the campsite that I was at last night, and it was interesting seeing it in full daylight. Everything always looks so different. The yeah, I'll probably do like a summary, things I learned from the trip. I think it's good to, you know, because I'm trying to get better and get my gear and my skills and stuff like that improved, and so yeah, I'll probably do like a little summary video before this gets uploaded at the end. So probably the next thing you see is me sitting at my desk, nice and comfy in the air conditioning. So, alright, well, yeah, I'm gonna get things strapped down and head back to the house, and I'll catch you guys later. Hi guys. So finally made it back home. I'm hoping the sound is okay. We'll find out in just a minute. But yeah, got everything unpacked and stuff hanging out to dry and washing everything, you know, the whole rigmarole after you get done camping. But yeah, I had a fantastic time. It was the Black Creek Trail we did. Ended up doing, I think, 5 miles in, 5 miles out, and over 2 nights. So 3 days and 2 nights. Loved it. It was a ton of fun. I think I still have like spiders in my peripheral vision. PTSD from damn spiders. But yeah, it's the spiders aside, it went okay. I'm like, you know, I can't be too mad at the spiders because I'm scratching myself and everything like I'm an ape. Oh, Corey. Oh yeah, I had a fantastic time. Like, I can't complain too much about spiders because I didn't really have any other bug issues. It was a little. I saw a few gnats like the last night. I saw a mosquito on the last day, but I wasn't staying like any near any like stagnant water. There were a few spots where I might have stayed, but I went on to. Kind of got to where I want to stop by a water source at night because I don't want to have to, you know, do a water carrier or anything like that. I like to be near water, but yeah, it's speaking of water, I guess some of the things I learned. So most people use like the smart water bottles and like Sawyer Squeeze for filtering. I did get the Sawyer Squeeze, and I did pick up a water smart water bottle, but I have a bladder in the back of the Osprey that I prefer to carry most of my water in, and I'll have a separate container just for like cooking or cooking water, water that I'm just going to be, very soon I'm going to be emptying it out and cooking with it, or I'm making Gatorade with it or something, some kind of drink mix. So it's just a throwaway spare container. Anyway, a lot of people use the smart water bottles, and they'll carry like 3 or 4 different smart water bottles. But I got 3 liters in that bladder, plus that one smart water. So that 1 liter smart water bottle. And I just didn't like it because you couldn't really empty it, so you start squeezing it, and it wouldn't it wouldn't fully empty. If you had a bladder, it would suck dry. You couldn't get air into the smart water bottle, so the water could continue draining, right? And that was the problem. So you'd have to untwist it a little bit, and it'll be slowly gloop, 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 gloop. And I'm not really happy with that system. I'm like, I don't really understand why the smart water bottles are so popular for carrying water. Now we'll keep playing around with it. But that's one thing. I do think I want to get at least a 3 liter water bag, and that'll be for dirty water. But I could always just run it through the filter. So I'll be able to carry with me 6 liters at a time. I did run into not this trip, but the trip before last, and it was like, I don't know, like 95 out or something. It was super duper hot, and I just couldn't keep water. And then there was a very long stretch on the what is the name of that stupid trail? The rails to trails thing. Yeah, it was the paved trails. I'm drawing a blank, but anyway, there was a really long. It was really hot out, and there was a really long dry section in the middle of the trail that I wasn't prepared for, and I basically ended up bailing out after that because it just took so much out of me. But yeah, we'll keep working with the water situation. One thing that did work really well was the Cape. Like, that thing is fantastic. I was a little concerned. I've always been interested. So if like back in the day, sometimes I would go camping, and I would only camp with the military poncho over the top of me. But that's not really a tent, and the bugs still get in, and I mean, some people, they prefer camping that way, and like in winter camping, tarp camping down here is just fine because there's no bugs. But in the middle of the summer, it can be an issue, and plus having it's not just the mosquitoes either. Stuff starts crawling into your area, like ants and just creepy crawlies, and it's really nice to have like a bug net tent or whatever, and for that. But the tent, the Cape, worked out fantastically because it works as my water protection, not whatever, rain gear, and my tent at the same time. So you're saving weight there. You don't have a separate rain gear. And like frog togs they're super lightweight and super cheap, but that is extra weight, and I'm trying to get my weight down. The weight for my pack was 28 pounds, I think. I've been trying to get it down. I think the last time I went out was like 35, and then with the Cape and everything. And I could have shaved it more. Like, I didn't really need to bring the sleeping bag, and I have just a terrible, like, Magellan polyester sleeping bag that weighs like 4 pounds. But I mean, it's terrible, and I didn't really sleep in it, but it's nice padding, so it's more of I don't know. It fills out the pack. I don't know. I will eventually need to get a better sleeping bag, but it's probably next on the big purchases. Probably getting a nicer sleeping bag, but not for right now. the tent, I was concerned that it was going to be too small because I saw several different reviews of people complaining that that, that they were 6 foot tall or whatever. So if you're much taller than this, you're going to have a problem. And then I would read through comments and stuff, and I saw people say, "Well, I'm 6'3" or 6'4", and I fit in it just fine." And I don't know, maybe they changed it or whatever at some point, changed the design, made it larger or something. But I had at least height to spare. Like I could lay out, like laying down on my belly with my arms above my head and my feet fully splayed out down at the bottom, and I could not touch the sides. Now it's tight, um, but I could even doing that the in the sleeping configuration that takes up the most length for me, I fit in it just fine. Now, the neck comes down. If you've got the bug net or whatever, the neck comes down. Um, it touches your head, but I don't care if a bug net touches my head. You're not touching the side of it. It's a double wall tent too. If you got the bug net in there, it's a double wall tent. So like the condensation on the tent, you don't touch it because you're touching the bug net instead. So I didn't have any problems with condensation. There was condensation I saw up in there because I prefer to stay down by the creeks or whatever where it's cool. People say never stay down in a valley or in a creek or down by a creek or anything because it's too cold. I'm like, well, we need cold in Mississippi. We need a way to cool down. So, and it worked out fantastic. I was nice and cool all through the night, especially last night. I was nice and cool. It was great. But yeah, the tents. I'll end up doing a review eventually of the Cape, and they come separately. I got a bundle, but you get the Cape itself, which is the tent, and then you have the bug net, which is the thing that hangs inside, and it has the bathtub floor and everything. And it also, when I got it, I got the Tyvek ground cloth or whatever. I could have, went down to Lowe's and got Tyvek or whatever and cut it up for myself, but I mean, they were offering it there. And when I bought it, also got seam sealing, so they sealed it for me because I don't really know how to do that. But it worked really great. The trail itself it's not terrible condition, but it's a pretty poor condition. Apparently, at least rumor has it on the interwebs that they only maintain the trail like twice a year, and it doesn't look like there's a whole lot of traffic. So it's at least the section I was going through. It didn't look like there was pretty much anybody went down. I saw some indication that maybe somebody had been through on like a side by side ATV or something, which they weren't supposed to be, unless it was park people. There wasn't supposed to be anybody on a motorized vehicle, not even a bike. It's just foot traffic is supposed to have been through there. But there were sections where you couldn't see the next blaze. And it wasn't even clear what the path was. You just had to assume this is where you're going to go. And it's usually because like a bush or something had fell down in front of it. So you had to kind of think, like, what was the logical next way? What's the logical direction for this path to go? And is anything that it's obvious in the way that maybe wasn't always there? So you had to, and you'd look for like cut trees. So like where like the tree section, the log had been cut in half and they moved it off the side. So sometimes you'd look for those and we're still on the path, even though I don't see any markings. We're still on the path because nobody's just chainsawing a log in the middle of the woods just for fun. So it's little, picking up on little things like that. But yeah, it was super overgrown in some places, and like I said, the spiders. Oh my God, the spiders! So many spiders. It was a lot better on the way back. I think it was maybe a dozen or so really big spider webs on the way back, but it must have been 100 on the way out. And on the way back, I'm like, I had both of the so I had my trekking poles, and I had the two little spider killer spider swatters or whatever going on my trekking pole. So I was just by the end of it, I was going full speed. I wasn't stopping. I wasn't doing nothing, and it worked really great. It only got like spider web directly to the face like once or twice after I made that thing. So we figured out how to deal with it at the very least, but it was it was quite an ordeal. Like every time you feel that spider web on your face, I'm like it's yeah, you get more attuned to it after a while, but I think it's purely because it's just so unused that the spiders have kind of taken over the trail. If there was people coming through there all the time, the spider webs would be knocked down, and the spiders they don't want their nest turned. They would find a different spot where they're there. I mean, it's insects, but you know, but, I mean, they figure out how to survive otherwise. You know, like they would move their nest. But yeah, trail was rough though. It was mostly dry. It started off really soggy, and then we got up into the pine forest section where it was really dry, and then you know you go down in a holler and you get wet again, but I did find the first night that campsite was all right. I think it just needs a little. The trail just needs some work, and it needs some like campsites set up like every few miles. Just a small something or other. This 150, you are not going to reliably find a campsite that's big enough. I had a tiny little tent. You weren't going to find anything bigger than something that you could have like lay a sleeping bag down in a bivy sack, and that was about all the camping that you would be able to do for your campsite up in there, because it was just straight massive brush, completely untamed, and it's not a mature forest. It's very clear that it's a young forest, so it has a lot of undergrowth inside of it. It hasn't the canopy hasn't completely been established and killed everything up under it, so it's still a ton of underbrush up in there. And like, I thought it's just very strange. It's national forest. Nobody should be like logging through there, but I figure maybe it's just that there's so much washout from the creek or whatever. Maybe it floods so often that it I don't know. Just thinking out loud. I'm like, it's like a jungle almost in most places. Certainly not big enough to get a standard Ozark Trails Walmart tent set up anywhere 150 feet off of the trail. That's just not going to happen. And so I just set up on the trail both nights, and it is what it is. I mean, it's not like I don't think anybody's coming through. There was 2 downed bridges. I showed in the video earlier that big crevasse or whatever that I got my feet wet in before, right after, I say that, I got my feet wet, and you're like, well, you just forded a creek. What do you care about your feet wet? I got my socks off and everything, and then I forded the river and dropped my feet off and got the socks put back on and everything. I was ready to go, and then I had to cross this little creek, and I thought I could get across, and I didn't. I got across. my feet got wet. So, I'm wearing like these wool socks or whatever, so it just slosh. On the way back, it was a different. All the grass was like. There was tons of grass like in the trail and everything in that last section, and so my feet were just soaked from just the so it's no winning. that is why I got the sandals anyway, because I knew it's a lost cause trying to keep your feet dry when you're hiking. It's just not going to happen. Gore-Tex will not save you. So you might as well let your feet dry really quickly. So that's the strategy we're going for. But anyway, yeah, the trail's rough. I'm hoping maybe like after when fall comes, I'm hoping they do, since it'll be cooler, and that's when the Forestry Service will get out there and do a clear cut, because I've heard it's like polar opposites. One people saying, oh, it's completely unmaintained, and then the other people are saying, well, it was fantastic, we loved it, blah blah blah. So I'm assuming all the people saying it's fantastic were going through in the fall or the winter when it's nice and cool, and forestry, and nothing's grown back since the Forestry Service is clear cut. So I'm hoping like in the fall or early winter they do a cut through there and clean it up. It'll be probably a lot better experience. But anyway, the point of this is, well, it's fun, and it's also, training. Like the reason why I'm doing all of this, and like, analyzing things after the fact and stuff. Not only that, I'm just naturally inclined to do that sort of thing. But also, I have this idea that I want to do like a long distance through hike, maybe like the Appalachian Trail or something like that. But this is my testing ground. I think this is going to be my testing ground. Is this Black Creek Trail, which is 40 miles. If I can do maybe a long weekend, it's only 10 miles a day if it's a long weekend or whatever. Not outside the realm of possibility. So this will be my testing ground to see, is this, do I really like these long distance trails? Because, most of my camping has always been, weekend. You come in, come back out, and you're done. Not a whole lot of miles. You get in maybe a mile or two, and then camp, and then wake up in the morning, and then hike back out. That's what we did when we were kids. We didn't do like any really long distance, or it was a big event whenever we had multi-day camping trip somewhere or whatever. But anyway, so this is just me testing it out and toying with the idea. And also, you get out there and you clear your head, and you forget how peaceful it is out there until you're out there, and then the things that you've been dealing with or whatever, and you're like, oh, yeah, I should definitely do that. Like you solve the problem like right then and there, because you're completely disconnected. Like for me, like I've been back and forth over whether or not I need to get a new phone or not. And I'm like, I've just replaced the battery in this, and I was like, it's fine. The only thing wrong with it was the battery. Well, the screen is like messing up, and I can get it working most of the time. It's mostly functional, but it's just it's annoying enough that it's frustrating, and whatever I was out there on, and so I was always back and forth. I don't really need it. I can wait. I don't really need it. I can wait. And then I should get a new one. Oh no, I should wait. I'm always back and forth. And I got out there trail or whatever, and just thinking about it, and whatever. The phone started acting up while I was out. I'm like, why are you dealing with this, Corey? This is ridiculous. Like, just it's time to get a new phone, Corey. I'm like, just time to get a new phone. I'm like that was the decision was made. Like just by being out there and being disconnected. Because the idea that I had, like, because I've done a lot of things like that, the little concept that you have a life and it's like filled with things that bother you, little paper cuts, and they're not big problems, but they're enough to do a paper cut here and a paper cut there and a paper cut there and a paper cut there. And I've done a lot over like the last year, especially getting rid of the little paper cuts. But for whatever reason, I have not recognized that this is a paper cut until I got out there in the woods, and I was like, "This is ridiculous. Get a new phone, Corey. This is stupid." So anyway, Mike, I'm rambling now. You guys don't care about my phone or paper cuts or whatever. But yeah, I enjoyed it. Wish I knew some other people that want to be in a backpacker. But for now, it's just me out there and having a good old time. Yeah, but yeah, it's hope you enjoyed the journey, and maybe we'll do this again next time. Anyway, bye guys.